21s for a Euro qualifier. But first, celebrate our success even if it's not academic. The message to the government from a Milton Keynes teenager. Ellie Chick is a talented gymnast who competes at national level, but she also has a learning disability. And when her GCSE results arrived last month, she'd achieved 9 grades 1 to 3. She was very happy, but technically speaking, she'd failed them all, as only grades 4 and above are considered passes. So she took to Twitter, calling on the Education Secretary to remember others like her, the so-called forgotten third. I met up with her and her mum Sarah today to find out why.
For 2 reasons. I wanted to everyone to know that I'm not alone in this, and there's 33% of people like me and they shouldn't be forgotten. And the other point is that I'm proud of my grades, and the teachers at my school, they're proud of me and my accomplishments, because they thought I wasn't going to do it this year.
It's clear you know how to work hard. I mean, I think we can probably see some of your gymnastics. You can see from that you know how to dedicate yourself. But tell me about your GCSEs. How hard were they for you?
For me, they were a big challenge because I've always struggled academically. So I was deaf when I was a little kid, and I found speech hard as I grew up. And eventually I managed to get a grade in every single thing, and my teachers at St Andrew's School are very proud of me.
What would you like to be doing now that you feel you can't do because of the grades you got?
So I would like to work with children and adults with disabled problems or special needs, and I would like to be a teaching assistant in class. And you need a C in English and Maths. Unfortunately I didn't get that, but there's other ways that I've found.
But they take a lot longer, that's what you're finding, and that's what you feel is so unfair.
Yeah.
Sarah, I want to bring you in here because you're not only Ellie's mum, you are a director at an educational trust. Yeah. Ellie says she's not alone. You must see that too.
Yes, of course. And I think the sad thing is when you see GCSE grades reported, you see students who have technically passed. So in new money, those who've got level 4 or above in GCSE. And that's what you see in the newspaper, but what's actually happening behind the scenes is that's a third of students who effectively aren't even being discussed publicly, and then when they look to go on to other sixth form providers, it's a really difficult journey for them.
And clearly in Ellie's case, this is not because she's not working hard.
No, absolutely not. She worked really, really hard, and PE is the one I'd pick up. We did every single past paper going. She couldn't have worked harder for it. I'd often go into her bedroom late at night and she'd be sitting there studying pieces of paper or writing out revision guides or, really, really working hard. Academia is something that doesn't come very easily to Ellie.
So what do you want the government to do about this?
We should have more courses provided for us and be allowed to go to sixth form.
Sarah, we do know that there is already this big educational push to move towards apprenticeships, vocational courses. Is that missing the point here, or does that help?
I think it depends how it's done. So what we've found when we've looked at courses for Ellie is there's a kind of default entry of you must have achieved a level 4 in Maths and English, regardless of what the course is. So if you're looking at a course, for example, Ellie was looking at a sports leadership course, and we know she has really good sports leader qualities because she coaches gymnastics. And arguably, you don't really need a C in Maths or a 4 or 5 in Maths to be a sports leader, but she can't access these courses just because she doesn't have those grades, whereas she does have the qualities needed for those jobs. So I think that's where the change needs to be made.
At the end of the day, grades don't really define you. And if you think about it, there's celebrities nowadays opening up more about them not getting a GCSE, and they became rich and famous, so it doesn't really matter.
That's Ellie and Sarah Chick there. Well, the government told us it does want students to increase their employability chances in the future, and that the reforms it's making will mean that all students have a genuine choice post-16. It went on to say if a student has received any grade under this new system, employers and colleges will be aware that the student has taken the more challenging qualification and the hard work and commitment that this represents. Next tonight, the factory in Huntingdon that has opened its doors to photographers to capture the beauty of machines